It's time to dive beneath the surface and into the minds and hearts of your favorite celebrities and pop culture icons. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hey guys, what's up? You're watching Up and Adam. My name's Adam Knoll. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm the guy bringing you guys all the weekly interviews and recaps from your favorite celebrities and pop culture influencers. But for those of you who do know me, you know that that's not why we're always here, right? Guys, today's one of those days, but before we get started, you know how this works. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell. That way you guys don't miss anything that we have coming up. All right? Let's get started. So guys, we know that this season of The Real Housewives of Potomac, season 5 has just been all about one main storyline, and that's Monique and Candiace. Guys, we watched Candiace and Monique kind of go through this tumultuous situation where it eventually led to physical violence. I mean, there's no other way to put it. It led to, if you're gonna drag me, drag me. And then all of a sudden, that's exactly what happened. Monique put her hands on top of Candiace, pulled her across the table, and the rest is Real Housewives history. Now, guys, we saw where this seriously affected Candiace with her sticky notes all over the place. And, you know, a lot of people were going straight to the blogs and straight to the comments of every single video being made about this situation, saying that Candiace is taking this way too far. But then on the other side of the spectrum, other people are saying, hey, listen, Monique had no right to put her hands on Candiace, so however Candiace is acting, nobody can tell her how to act, especially after being physically assaulted. And then on the other side of the spectrum, people are saying, well, Monique had a cut lip. Guys, nobody can tell anybody how to feel, but the fact is, this thing has been dragged out, whatever you want to call it. And I no pun intended because somebody got dragged, but dragged out for a long time now. And everybody's almost over it. We're obviously watching The Real Housewives of Potomac season 5 reunion right now. And Monique came with the binder. Now, guys, if you remember correctly, this is the first time that Candiace has actually seen Monique since all of the violence has ensued. So we're going to have to just see what happens. But this is definitely one for the books. We don't know how this is going to play out as far as who's going to keep their job and who is not going to keep their job. Candiace actually came out and said there is no way in HELL, not word for word verbatim, but said there is no way that she will ever film with Monique Samuels again on The Real Housewives of Potomac. So that only leaves, I guess, one kind of solution. One person has got to go. Now, would it be Monique for putting her hands on someone first? Or since they've forgiven other people in the past, like Porsha, who we're about to get to, would it be Candiace for all of her social media attacks on other people and kind of the I don't know, the not so nice language, and it goes above and beyond that maybe eventually Bravo will have to hold her accountable for. Now, there's somebody else from another Housewives franchise, one of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, who's chimed in on this situation, and she's defending Monique. That would be Porsha Williams, guys. Guys, we all know Porsha Williams is not shy from dragging someone, raking them across the coals, putting her hands on someone, and really reading someone up and down. That is Porsha Williams. Even though she started off as this nice goody-goody two-shoes kind of philanthropist woman, she's still a philanthropist, but she started off The Real Housewives of Atlanta as a totally different persona character than she is now. She's coming to Monique's defense. Now, guys, it was first said on Bravo's chat room by Porsha, pretty much stating that Candiace, there's a lot of hypocrisy here. There's a lot of things that kind of, I guess, would just allude to the fact that she thinks Candiace is being a hypocrite. Porsha went on to say, come on, Candiace, you know better than that. You actually had a knife at Ashley, which if you guys remember the iconic kind of knife throwdown situation where Ashley Darby was inside of Candiace's mom's house at the time. Candiace got mad enough to where her husband had to restrain her, and she had a butter knife that she eventually threw right in Ashley's direction, all because they were kind of coming at Ashley about her husband talking about someone's sausage is what they were calling it. This was so messy, guys. But in all fairness, if anybody should have been throwing the knife, and I don't think or condone violence at all, you would have thought that Ashley would have been the one overreacting, because they were talking about her husband, the man that she was trying to have a baby with, and the man that she loves. So it gets worse. Porsha said, now what if Ashley would have went and called the police on you? Let's be real. And that's fair. I mean, technically, she could have had a right to call the authorities, because remember, guys, this is all on camera. And not only did Candiace file a lawsuit, but she wanted to see it all the way through. Her lawyer allegedly was asking for money. She wanted to see Monique kicked off of the Real Housewives of Potomac, done. Her and her whole family done off of the show. Now, whether or not you guys think that's appropriate, please comment below. But you do have to remember, in some capacity, the Real Housewives of Potomac paycheck, this is still very much so a part of Monique's livelihood, how she's paying for her businesses, how she's moving forward with her life. She can't just rely on Chris's NFL money forever, because unless Chris is just putting tons and tons of money away, that money eventually runs out, right? Again, guys, Porsha said, that was your friend. It happened. It did not end well. You had an argument. However, don't go to the next level. Porsha thinks that was too much. And she said that she's happy that Giselle agrees with her, or at least that Giselle spoke up. But in all fairness, guys, if you listen to Monique's side of the whole situation, Monique says that Giselle, Robin, Dr. Wendy Osefo, and Candiace, I don't know why that blanked on me for a second, and Candiace kind of had this whole witch hunt going against them, who wanted her out, wanted her kicked off the show again, wanted her left behind. They didn't want to film with her anymore because from Giselle's perspective, she was saying that she does not want to be on screen with a woman who condones violence. She said that she's raising strong young women, and she wants to make sure that they know that their mom thinks that this is not okay. Now, guys, Porsha actually gave advice to Monique, which she has a leg to stand on coming with this advice. She said, you need to not lose control. Don't be triggered. Keep it together, maintain your composure, which if you guys just watched the first part of the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion, you know that that's exactly what Monique has been doing. She's not really lashing out. I saw a meme about this, but she is responding, which is true. She is responding. She's not really cutting over anybody. She's just coming in with facts and receipts, which is a very dangerous game to play. But great advice, Porsha. I honestly think that she really did come with really good advice. Candiace, of course, was not going to listen to these conversations being had about her on the offside, because she is a housewife herself, and she's going to respond to Porsha, especially when they're talking about Candiace and putting her name out there. Candiace responded on an episode of the Red Velvet Rope with David Yontif, I think Porsha and Kenya kind of took it too far. So you've seen people push the line, but not really cross the line outside of Porsha, who has proven herself to be the sidekick of all. Oof. Candiace, be careful, because Porsha is... Oh, I just don't know if I would mess with Porsha, because Candiace might think she has some pull in the Real Housewives world, but Porsha has a lot of pull herself. I'd be careful with this one. This is not a feud that I would want to get myself into by any means. Candiace was also slamming Porsha and Monique as two wild people that are coming together for the wrong reasons. They are two just kind of wild cards who are capable of doing anything, and she doesn't really understand why else they would be friends other than the fact that she feels like they are both violent people. And a lot of people have been commenting, and a lot of people agree with Candiace. But then I was also reading other comments where people were like, you're just mad because Porsha, a very notorious, well-known housewife, is speaking up on Monique's behalf. And Candiace is not going to appreciate anybody not taking her side in this situation. Candiace sees it one way. She sees it her way. She does not see how anybody at all possibly could take Monique's side. This is beyond her. Candiace said, I guess Monique would be Porsha's sidekick. And they're just two wild people defending each other. She also went on to say, this is very cute. She said that you know the line when you have sense, or as she likes to say, scruples. And when you don't, it shows. Candiace says that it shows how you were raised and who you really are. Now, guys, again, I don't know if Candiace knows whose door she's knocking on right now with going back and forth with Porsha Williams, but we'll have to see how this plays out. We do know that this whole altercation is going to be addressed in part 2 of the reunion of the Real Housewives of Potomac, which is this Sunday, which is nuts. We'll have to see what happens. We know that Candiace ends up crying and walking off the stage, holding her stomach, saying that she can't handle this anymore. But Monique seems to feel like Candiace is taking it all the way to the next level with the sticky notes, with the dramatization of it all. But in all fairness, again, guys, you can't tell someone how to feel. She can't tell Candiace how to feel. It doesn't make any sense. So whether right or wrong, I'm so curious what you guys think about it. Please let me know in the comments below. Do you think that Candiace is right to talk about Porsha and Monique calling them wild cards? Or do you think Porsha was right to just pretty much say, hey, listen, you guys are two friends. This was an argument that went wrong. You really don't have to take it to the next level and start pursuing a legal battle that could potentially put Monique behind bars, cost her family a lot of money, and much more, maybe her job, her livelihood, the list goes on. Again, guys, please comment below, let me know. But if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell, and don't forget, guys, we are going live this week with RJ Allen from the Black Socialites to recap the second part of the Real Housewives of Potomac. Until then, see you next time. Bye, guys.
Thanks for watching Up and Adam.